I want to make a movie. I don't know how. I don't have the money. I don't have the equipment. Blah, blah, blah. No more excuses. It's time to make your film. Okay, let me share the insights on making my first film so you can understand that we got to stop making excuses for ourselves. If you want to make a film, go make a film. You can do it with your phone these days. My buddy Barrett Burgin, he's a director. He was at film school. I was at film school. He made a post and just said, my goal this summer is to make a feature film. I saw that and I was like, dude, let's do it. Now, I had already written a few scripts and I had one script that I was really passionate about. And Barrett read it. He loved it. We brought on a friend, Matt Seymour, as a producer, and we tried to find funding. We found a guy who said he was interested and we were willing to put up $250,000. So we went into pre-production. Even before we got that check, we were just like, let's go. We knew we had like a small window in August before going back to school that we were going to make our first feature film. We had done short films before. That step from short film to feature film is just such a like intimidating step for a lot of people. It's like bungee jumpings that jump off the bridge. A lot of people are just too afraid to make it. But once you make it, you're committed. And that's what we were. We were committed to make a feature film. We were about to really go into the pre-production stage when that investor, potential investor, I should say, we jumped the gun, I guess, and thought that money was a done deal. He changed his mind and he backed out. And so we knew we couldn't make this movie without a budget. It was just too big of a project. So what do? We weren't going to give ourselves that excuse of, okay, never mind, or let's just go make a short film then. No, we were determined to make a feature film. So we sat down and we pitched ideas to each other back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until something stuck. Now we knew like, okay, we're not going to be able to make this movie with any money. So we're going to have to ask all of our friends, most of which were in film school with us, for favors. We just wanted to see like, hey, what are you doing this summer? You want to make a movie with us? And people did. People said, yeah. We were able to borrow equipment, but here's the thing is, even if we couldn't have borrowed equipment, we would have found a way to get equipment. We would have used our phones if we had to. We pitched ideas, we found something that stuck. It was one location, a small cast. Those were things that we knew we could do. We lost our funding end of June, and we were slated to shoot beginning of August. We had about 6 to 8 weeks. We didn't change our timeline. Once we had our movie idea, we sat down, we wrote the first draft in 3 days and just spent every day tweaking it as we went to pre-production. Now, I ended up putting in a little bit of my own money that my wife and I had been saving, and Barrett did as well, and we found a couple people who were willing to put up a little bit. So we got a little bit of money. We ended up getting about $11,000, and with that $11,000, we had enough to basically get the location and get the food and some props. I buckled down and I made props, and so did Barrett. I mean, we just called in favors and we found what we had in our garages and we found what other people had in their garages and we pulled it together. We wrote the script and shot the movie 6 weeks later. The movie is called CRYO. We sold it to Saban Films. It was our first film. We made it with practically no money. It is obviously a low budget film, but what we did with the time frame that we had, and really on a whim because we were bored, that goes to show anyone can do it. There's no reason to keep making these excuses. Keep making short films. Go make your feature film. Even if you don't sell it, like selling it is a thing in itself. And this channel will get more into that. But just go and make it. Christopher Nolan's first movie, he made on the weekends. It took him like a year to make. He made it on the weekends with his friends when they weren't working. That's what you got to do. You got to be that hungry. Because if you're not that hungry, then you're never going to go make that film. It's very rare when you get these first-time directors or storytellers who get access to the funds they need to go tell a big story. Just go make a very passionate, small project. I met these sisters at the Canab Film Festival, and they had made a movie that was so fun and quirky and intimate, and it had like 4 or 5 cast members in it, but it was incredible. And they got audience choice. That's what I'm saying, is like, they didn't have any money either. They played characters in the movie. They had to because they didn't have a budget to hire actors. And you don't need to. Get your friends, rally your troops, and go make a movie. The things you will learn in that first movie, that process of making that first movie, game changer. I made a lot of short films leading up to making my first feature, and all that was child's play. Until I made a feature, I don't think I knew anything about filmmaking. So stop making excuses. You can do it. Follow this channel, subscribe. We are going to be putting out content every week, teaching you how to do this, how to make your first film, how to get cast in your first project, how to write a feature and write it well, how to direct actors. We're going to be teaching these concepts of how to get started in the professional world of filmmaking. Let Filmmakers United be your resource. If you have questions, things you want to know, things you want to learn about, write it in the comments. I will make videos. My team will make videos. We will make content for you. So please like, subscribe, comment, and we will teach you the principles of making your first film. And with that, y'all are great. See you on the next video.